So essentially, a comedian here in Montreal, Mike Ward, made a joke about a disabled kid named Petit Jérémy. And after that joke happened, the kid claimed that he was discriminated against, that he was bullied, and therefore wanted to press charges, and he's won his case. So first, for the viewer, they have to know what the joke is. The joke is essentially this. Mike was talking about a kid named Petit Jérémy, who has a disability.
Treacher Collins.
The Petit Jérémy, his biggest wish was he sang in front of the Pope, and people thought it was terrible, so they were going after him. And Mike basically defended him when everyone was critiquing the Petit Jérémy, because he's like, no, this guy's dying. We should protect him, give him his right. It's a beautiful little wish. Let him have it. After that, he got to sing in front of the Montreal Canadiens, which is a big hockey team in Canada, and people critiqued him there. Mike defended him. No, this guy's dying. We should protect him, give him his right. It's a beautiful little wish. Let him have it. Then he sang in front of Celine Dion. People criticized Petit Jérémy again. Mike defended him. No, this guy's dying. We should protect him, give him his right. It's a beautiful little wish. Let him have it. Then 5 years passed, and Mike's like, yo, this little fucker is still alive. How come he won't die? The whole social contract was that I defend you and you die. And you didn't. And then I tried to kill you myself and you wouldn't drown. So I was confused. I'm like, this kid's invincible. I looked up what his disease was. Turns out it's not terminal. It just makes him ugly.
But the bigger picture of that, the bigger context of that joke was to joke about people that are untouchable.
Yes.
That you can joke about. In that whole segment, he doesn't just laugh about a kid. He laughs about the kid. He laughs about people that are untouchable, like Celine Dion, the manager, René Angelil. All the people that are untouchable, he's going at them.
Now, here's even the crazier part. The joke wasn't done on television. It was done at a show where the kid wasn't present. Somebody filmed the joke, then put it online.
And someone, and a journalist took that joke, the footage, just that joke, and put it online and just drilled him.
Yeah. And so essentially, because of this joke, what the tribunal found was that his joke about the Petit Jérémy weren't hate speech, but they were discriminatory because they made fun of him on the basis of his disability. Now, the problem here is, maybe this is just my opinion, but if you're making fun of celebrities on the basis of their appearance, if you're making fun of all the other celebrities, but you don't make fun of that one, it would be discriminatory to not make fun of the specific celebrity just because he's disabled. I would argue that it's actually inclusive to mock the disabled person because you're treating them like every other famous person.
Therefore,
I mean, we do stand-up comedy shows, and we have people from all kinds of backgrounds, even people who have disabilities.
The thing I hate about a situation, comics will be scared to make fun of people in the crowd. But I went to another show, and I'm like, yo, I just want to see how they will react. They see me, they see someone who's fucking different, fucked up face, they'll make one joke. Not one joke. And they go talk to the white lady just near me. What the hell?
Well, what does that make you feel?
I'm like, that's just us. Worse than just insulting me. Like, yo, one guy, like, we were at Comedy Showcase, he took a picture, and he said, my friend won a tutu, you know? And my friend was holding me, and we're all okay. When he took the photo, he asked me 4 times, are you sure I can post this? Are you sure I can post this? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, bro, I said once. I was happy when you were taking the photo. Chill down.
Yeah.
Because now I don't want people not to work with me anymore.
Yeah.
Because be scared, oh, he might sue me. I don't want to offend people. No, fuck though. Do what you gotta do. Let's make some dough.
A lot of these tribunals, a lot of these human rights commissions are shams. They are parallel courts who don't have to be held to the same high standard of regular criminal courts. What ends up happening is a lot of these courts can almost come out as predatorial.
What comes happening is that even if you win, you still lose.
Basically, the court alleged that Levant and the Western Standard were guilty of illegal discrimination for republishing the Danish cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad in 2006. After a long and drawn-out legal battle spanning over 2 years and $100,000 in fees, the Alberta Human Rights Commission dismissed the 2 complaints filed against the company. Unfortunately, by the time they dismissed the complaints, the company went under. They couldn't afford to keep up with the legal battle and their business, so they shut down their business.
What do you mean they shut down their business? They won.
What ends up happening is a lot of these courts can almost come out as predatorial.
Even if you win that case, you still dished out $200,000. Even if you win, you still lose.
No, go ahead. You want to say something?
Even if you say that the joke is not funny, that's to you. That's subjective to you. Yeah. That's not what it's about, whether the joke is funny or not. It doesn't matter. No. It's to you.
Right? Amy Schumer's special is still on Netflix. even if I think it's absolute garbage. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, I like dumpster fires, and they keep watching her stuff. I understand that comedy is subjective. What's funny to you doesn't necessarily have to be funny to other people. Comedy is its own thing where within that realm, when we're in there, we understand that we're taking serious topics and we're making light of them, but that's what that space is for. And then afterwards, when you're outside in the real world, you can go about saying that these things are the most serious things in the world. But when you're at a show and someone makes a 9/11 joke, they're not saying terrorism is great. They're not saying, great, the Twin Towers are gone. What they're essentially doing is they're trying to find humor in something that is dark. And that doesn't always come out the way that you want. It doesn't have to, but you have to understand, good jokes and bad jokes, they come from the same place.
Yep.
They're birthed from this place where I want something to be funny, but I don't know where it's gonna go, okay? So when you sit there and you be like, well, that joke wasn't funny and it was mean. We don't know it before we deliver it because one crowd could find it funny and the next crowd may not.
Yeah, but that joke was meant to be mean. No, that joke was meant to talk about the people that we cannot touch. You see, you have to take the bigger picture here, which you're not doing. You're taking it out of the context, which is not doing it justice.
To me, it's like evidence that this whole political correctness and social justice warrior types have really infiltrated a lot of the upper echelons. Their ideology has really infiltrated these places because I'm just like, this is crazy. We're suing someone over jokes.
But no, Abba, it's just a few people.
You realize that if Mike loses this case, his point about Le Petit Jérémy being untouchable
It's right. He's right. He made his point because he touched that kid and he was untouchable, and now he has to.
Well, he didn't literally touch that kid,
No.
so roll it back.
Yeah, roll it back.
And I don't think anybody wants to touch that kid. We have to make something clear. Your theory on what comedy should look like, what fun, is irrelevant. This is not about what you think, because there is no one way to do comedy. There's safe space comedy, there's LGBTQ comedy, there's racial comedy, there's all forms of different things. There's offensive, there's dark, there's all forms of comedy. And what we love is the fact that there's a variety of it. Even if I wouldn't entertain most of it, I do appreciate the fact that there's such variety, because there's something for each audience. And when you try to impose your brand on everybody else, your set of standards on everybody else, you are inherently stifling free speech. You're saying that my way is compassionate and that yours isn't, when they're arguing that their way is compassionate and that yours isn't. Well, you're not free from consequence.
It's not.
Well, listen, that's not going to change the fact that you are stifling free speech. And yes, we do have certain ways in which we stifle free speech, but there are very peculiar ways with very peculiar instances. This is far-reaching and far more devastating than you realize.
And you have
if
to take
jokes can be the measure by which we're going to start suing people, then that is now we've crossed the line. That's quite dangerous.
And
there's a difference between you saying a joke about somebody and you going in a theater and yelling fire. Yes, that's illegal and it should be illegal. But me telling a joke,
there's context. If you go, context is very important in this.
Yeah.
You do not take the joke out of its context. Don't. It makes no sense.
No, but you know the worst part about it is, like, Mike could afford to pay off the fine, no problem, move on with his life. The reason why he's not doing it is he doesn't want to set a legal precedent that says that because you're jokingly saying these things, you deserve to pay a fine that a lot of people can't pay, so then you deserve to go to jail. So he's fighting the case and so that other people don't have to suffer. I don't think people don't recognize how important that is.
He's not fighting the case for him. He's fighting the case for us.
So anyways, leave your comments below. We want to know what you guys think.
If the people are easy to say, oh, Michael shouldn't have done that joke, or he went too far. No, he didn't went too far. That's comedy. That's comedy, guys.
How would you feel if somebody made a joke about you?
All right, let's go. I'm going to roast you back and let's make some money. Yo, if Michael made a joke about me and keep touring it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a joke about you, record it, and put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's go, make some money. I don't care, just... I don't want to tell people not to say anything. Otherwise, it's just... You know, the comments are not telling me I should kill that person, you know? Mm-hmm. They're just ignorant. Mm-hmm. There's idiots. Mm-hmm. You can block idiots. Mm-hmm. You just give them a platform to say, I'm a victim. Mm-hmm. Just let them speak and let them say, ignore them. Mm-hmm. That's the way to go. You can't just say, I'm triggered. No, fuck no. Just let them be, ignore them, and do what you gotta do.
Quick announcement. We're going to be starting up quite a few changes for the new year. This Friday, we're going to be doing a live stream here on YouTube where we're going to be discussing some of the videos that we did this week, as well as some of your comments. So if you want to leave some feedback, if you want to yell at us, that's your place to do it. So be sure to check in for that. As well, in the new year, we're going to be switching things up because we want to diversify our income, but we also want to make more projects. We're going to be really pushing our Patreon. What that means is that we're going to have a live podcast that is going to be exclusive to our Patreon people. If you suggest topics, give us questions. There's going to be tiers that are going to be set up in order to reward you for the fact that you want to have your input put into the channel. So be sure to check that out. We're also going to have exclusive clips that we put out once a week on the Patreon. So if you want extra content, if you want to support us and really help us to do this full time, then that's a way you can do it.